Entitled sister pushed my pregnant wife down the stairs as a prank. My parents took her side and threatened to disinherit me for pressing charges, so we took legal action and cut them off. I, 32M, have always kept a low profile, focusing on my career, my home, and above all, my pregnant wife. She and I had been over the moon these past few months, preparing a small bedroom, stocking up on baby clothes, and imagining the future. The pregnancy had brought us closer than ever, and we'd started hosting small family gatherings to share the joy. Last weekend, we invited my parents and younger sister over for a casual brunch at our place. The plan was simple: serve pancakes and fresh fruit, chat in the living room, and show them the latest ultrasound pictures. My sister arrived late, tossing her purse on the couch as if she owned the place, rolling her eyes at the decor. She'd always been spoiled, expecting everyone to bend over backward to please her. I tried to keep the mood light, ignoring her snarky comments about the size of our TV or how basic our furniture looked. My parents glanced at her behavior but said nothing. They usually indulged her, brushing off her disrespect as just her personality. We ended up on the staircase landing at one point. My wife was showing them the cute baby wallpaper samples we'd hung upstairs. My wife, in her third trimester, was careful holding the railing as she walked. Suddenly, my sister smirked and said, "Hey, watch this." She gave a gentle push against my wife's shoulder, so casual as if teasing her lightly, and then stepped back. My wife yelped, lost her balance on the top step, and tumbled down. The sound of her body hitting the stairs was sickening. I rushed down immediately, heart pounding, fearing the worst. She landed awkwardly at the bottom, groaning in pain. My parents and sister stood at the top of the stairs. My sister wore a look of mock surprise. "It was just a prank," she called down. "Don't be so dramatic." My parents hurried down after me, but instead of outrage at my sister's actions, I saw panic in their eyes for a different reason. My wife clutched her belly, tears streaming down her face. We called 911, the paramedics came swiftly, loading her onto a stretcher. I rode with her to the hospital, praying that our unborn child was okay. Hours later, a doctor informed me that the baby seemed stable but that my wife had bruises and needed to rest. I could barely contain my rage. My sister pushed my pregnant wife down the stairs and called it a prank. How could anyone think that was funny? When I confronted my parents by phone, they shocked me. "Your sister was just joking. You're overreacting," said my father. My mother chimed in, "Don't ruin this with lawsuits or drama." I told them I planned to press charges for assault. They gasped in fury. "You'd send your own sister to court?" They asked incredulously. "If you do that, don't expect any inheritance." I hung up the phone stunned. My wife lay in a hospital bed worried sick about our child while my parents threatened to disinherit me for seeking justice. My sister nearly cost us our baby's life, and they wanted me to let it go. It was unthinkable. I paced the hallway with fists clenched as my wife's doctor walked by and gave a reassuring nod. The baby seemed safe but would need monitoring and rest. We were lucky this time. Determined, I called a lawyer who specialized in family disputes and personal injury cases. When I explained what happened, the push, the injuries, the intimidation, he listened quietly then said, "This is assault, possibly aggravated because your wife is pregnant. You have every right to press charges." He advised filing a police report immediately. I did so that afternoon, recounting every detail for the officer. They took it seriously, promising to follow up. That evening I returned home to find voicemails from my parents. Their tone had shifted from denial to entitlement. "Think about the family legacy," my father said. "All those years of caring for you, don't throw it away over a misunderstanding," my mother added. "Your sister didn't mean to hurt anyone. You're overreacting. And you know we've got